So now we have a different conclusion for every audience. It happens in the newspaper too. Here is the news section, the A section, on the day that Ronald Reagan died. And the headline is Ronald Reagan dies. That's the main important news story. I'm going to read you the first sentence. And remember, this is a printed piece. So the first sentence is very long. You're going to hear immediately, now that you've been writing short sentences, wow, I know where I'd stop that sentence, but here we go. Ronald Wilson Reagan, 40th President of the United States, who transformed the Republican Party and substantially defined the terms of contemporary political debate during 2 momentous terms in office, died yesterday afternoon. He was 93. That's the whole story. The rest of it's details, because that conclusion was right up front, and this is the news story. Now, same date, different section of the newspaper. Let's go to the style section. The style section is not about news. The style section is about clothing and movie stars and appeal to lifestyles, and you have the leading man. Here he was not a president. Here he was a movie star, because Ronald Reagan was a movie star long before he was president, even before he was governor of California. And look who's in the picture. His far more fashionable wife. This isn't about the political reign of Ronald Reagan. This is about a movie star and his wife. Listen to how this story starts, because these people are not interested in news. These people want a different conclusion. She was a starlet. Ronald Reagan dies and Nancy Reagan gets top billing. She was a starlet, and he already was a president, a tall, handsome, leading man who headed the Screen Actors Guild. Nancy Davis met Ronald Reagan in Hollywood in 1949 on a blind date, or, as she would write a half-century later, a date that was blind for Ronnie, but not for me. I'd seen him in pictures, and I liked what I saw. It's all about Nancy, and how fashionable she was, and how this fashionable woman was attracted to this handsome leading man. That's fine for the style section. If we found this on the news, we'd be unhappy. Same paper, kids section. This is a section for children between the ages of 5 and 11. And it also says Ronald Reagan dies. It doesn't say he went to sleep, because you'll never get your child into bed again if you use that term. He dies. But listen to how it starts. This confused me at first. Flags are at half-staff all over the country today as a nation mourns a former president. Ronald Wilson Reagan, who lived in the White House from 1981 to 1989, died yesterday at his home in California. He was 93 and had been in poor health. And my first thought was, why would you start with the flags? Until I realized every child has a flag pole in front of the school. So they come to school, they see the flag isn't all the way up, they know something went wrong. Great way, because that's what this audience needs as a conclusion.